Hey, okay. I want to know, we were on a live feed last night, and I was on the phone with you, and I had gotten an email, and the email said, listen, I heard you on the live feed, and you said, Kate, put that song back on. I like it, because we had the music in the background, and you know what that song was? It was a Hank Williams Jr. song, and it was called Country Boy Can Survive. Do you guys know that song?
Yes, we do.
One of my favorite songs, and so, you know, Hank Williams Jr. is one of my favorite artists. So
well, look up Aaron Lewis, Tangled Up in You. That's Sandy Night song.
Oh, how nice. That's really great.
We want him to write a for us in honor of this.
And we want to be honorary Marines, too, because I think we stood on the battlefield here and
yes.
fought for our country.
You did.
Well, you know, legislators are able to definitely make proclamations and resolutions, that's for sure.
When I get to tell my story, you're going to be shocked at how I survived it. Considering all that I can't wait
to read it. I really can't. I hope that you've taken notes, or if you're not walking out with notes, you're going to have to retake notes. But be detailed, Sandy. Be very, very detailed, because folks, you think about, what book, hit like the top chart in the New York Times seller, that 50 Shades of Grey, and I mean that's a pretty detailed book. So you be detailed on how you survive. People want to know. People want to know all that. So.
Well, it's ingrained in our memories.
Listen, this is, like I said to you guys, this is the beginning of a new chapter of, letting people understand, that protesting and our First Amendment rights and civil disobedience, and what we really need to do is we really need to arm people with ideas, and we need to arm people with questions and education. We need to arm people with education, and it's okay to disagree and be free.
Right.
Eagle there?
Yeah, we only got one eagle here today.
One eagle.
Yeah, we usually had quite a few.
I don't know.
Well, a crow just flew over to talk to us. I don't know if that was so good. But.
What's talking?
Yes, everything is good. Everything is good. Just make sure everyone, like I said, you guys, we are leading by example, and we have to do what we say, and I'll be with you all the way through.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
We're getting a call. I don't know who it is on the other phone. Probably the FBI.
Oh, that's probably the FBI. Answer that call. You definitely want to answer that call. They definitely want to communicate with you. And remember when we talked about this in our last thing, so have one of you answer that call, and just stay calm. Don't forget you guys.
It was David's brother, I guess. It was David's brother.
Oh, okay. Oh, David's brother. Okay.
We got to keep that line.
We got to keep the line clear so he didn't answer it.
Okay, no worries.
There comes the second crow. Oh, boy.
You know what? I like crows, you guys. I like crows.
Sinister.
They call the group of them a murder.
Listen.
Yeah, a group of crows is called a murder.
Close to my house in Vegas, I have a block wall, and I have 18 pilasters, and what sits on top of each pilaster is a 210-pound solid stone gargoyle. So I like gargoyles, and I like crows, and, it's good. Crows are okay.
But they call a flock of crows a murder.
No.
But that's not going to happen here today.
Okay, I don't want to, you guys, we've come way too far to even subliminally plant that seed. So, no, crows are pretty.
Gargoyle. You have gargoyles. That's right. You said you were Catholic.
Yes, a sinning Catholic. I will not preach to the choir. I am not a saint. What I will tell you guys is every sinner has a future, and every saint has a past. So don't forget that.
Oh, we know.
Okay.
All right. So Dave, Sean, is everybody ready to go there?
I believe so.
We're basically, hang on one second.
Okay.
Hang on until we get to the cat vehicle.
Okay, the phone.
How many? Okay. All right. So, we might lose coverage here, but we're about 25 minutes away from the cat vehicle that we're going to get into. So remember, if we were to lose coverage, I'll call you back and right away as soon as we get a bar. But so we might lose coverage, we might not. We'll see how it goes. And then remember, once we get to the cat vehicle, when we get in that, there's going to be no cell service in that cat vehicle till they get you to us and we get out of that vehicle.
And we won't have any either.
So we're gonna have to
but you know what? Listen, America's watching. America's watching. So even as you guys are surrendering and doing what they say, even as you guys are doing what they say, you are America's watching, so nothing's going to happen. So, and then you guys are going to come down, and the Reverend Graham and myself are going to squeeze each of you very, very, very hard.
Okay. The Reverend's in the vehicle with you?
We have 1, 2, 3 FBI agents. The Reverend and myself are in a black SUV, and we're driving kind of up a hill.
Okay.
We're on Route 205. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just not familiar with this area, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're coming around the backside of the refuge.
Okay.
So Sean, then you have, do you think you're going to lose cell reception when you walk up there? Is that what you're thinking, or do you not know yet?
Once we get in the vehicle, I think, because it's armored.
Right. Well, just keep it on as long as you can.
Probably, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now listen. So
And they'll probably take our phone.
They probably will, but don't forget. Just obey the command. They're taking you to the Reverend Graham and myself. Okay. So that was that.
Yeah. And we need to keep this phone. I know they're going to take our possessions, but we got our personal and family numbers in it, and we had some pictures of things here, which I'm sure will be evidence. But it kind of tells our story a little bit too. Right.
I think we just lost Michelle, but I still got you guys. And so what we're going to do is just keep the line going as long as possible. And look, I mean, guys, I can imagine what you're feeling right now. And I want to just remind you, in no way you guys aren't compromising. You're just trying to keep things peaceful. And if sometimes throughout the day and throughout the next few days, don't let the FBI guys make you feel, isolated or helpless or anything like that. Because even if you're not in direct contact, remember that you're not forgotten, and we're not ignoring this out here. And so we're just going to keep plodding through. It would be nice if Patriots didn't have to go through this, for the sake of liberty. But it's nothing new throughout history for God-fearing, liberty-loving people to have to struggle. And it's not the message isn't lost.
This changes.
What's that?
We need to be the example set for this day forward. It changes.
So it doesn't happen again.
So it doesn't happen to any innocent person again, any American citizen.
Right. And we never want to underestimate God's ability to use situation. All things work together for good for those that love God. And that's the main thing. Sometimes when we feel helpless, God's doing the greatest work.
Right.
Now,
because I feel totally helpless right now.
Go with your head high. You have great liberty in Christ, just like Paul did when he went through hard times.
yeah, keep your heads high. Don't let them, just ignore them if they goad you like they were trying to do last night. Remember that God sees, the good and the evil, and he knows what's going on. And every time they abuse, that those charges are recorded in the court of heaven. And every time we stand up principled and peacefully for what's right, God sees that.
Right.
No matter what they do to you, there's nothing they can do that would make that would make their liberty greater than yours. In Christ, your liberty is always greater than a servant of the enemy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember when I was being in jail, you know, the system is kind of geared towards being mentally abusive, and you got to keep your head high because they try to they like people to feel isolated. They like people to feel like they're in control and they're in charge. And sometimes in the physical sense they are, but in the end, God works it out. He always does. He always has, and he always will.
Probably the only thing that, I don't know which is scarier. If I was turning myself over to a Muslim that was going to chop off my head, I'm turning myself over to fellow Americans that swore an oath to the Constitution and they're not upholding that. That's pretty damn scary to me.
Well, I mean, you raise a good point because while the government distracts us with fear and terror and false security and making, you know, having us worry about the border and ISIS and these things that have real concerns, but the reality is, you know, the government's the one who's terrorizing this people the most, and we just gotta stay calm and principled because all these eyes are on them. They're not just gonna get away with stuff, so we're not gonna let that happen. Hang on, I got Michelle calling back in. Michelle, are you there? Okay, we're on.
We're here.
Okay.
We're here. We got out of that whatever place that was. So we got 3 bars right now, Gavin.
Good.
Okay. Yep. And so we're just talking about while we had no bars, the Reverend, you know, and his plans that he's got going to on his tour. So it's I have to tell you, it's so special, and God definitely has his hand in this because he's here for you. I mean, it's amazing.
Right. Well, and Sean, this is a great opportunity because the church in America need to be strong and stand up and learn to love their neighbor better and to stand up for the innocent, the weak, the fatherless, and the widow. And this is an opportunity for that to happen. And hopefully Franklin and others will carry that forward.
I am so glad you brought that up because I definitely am here for the call out for compassion and forgiveness because that is what we do as a Christian nation, because this is what this nation is founded on Christian principles. And as a Christian nation, we have to have compassion for our neighbor and forgiveness and love. And so I just want to definitely of you to say that.
And that's why we were here to begin with, was for our fellow neighbor.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? And we're still here for them. Like we said, from yesterday on, we're just switching locations.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Hammonds aren't forgotten. You guys aren't forgotten.
No. Nope, not at all. And all of the ranches that you guys touched here, and all the ranches across the West, they're listening. Let me tell you, they're listening. We have a lot of ranches in Nevada that are still going through the courts and still getting, you know, we are working diligently. We are. And so I just have to tell you guys, America's paying attention.
Right.
And again, I ask, you know, everyone that's listening, there is definite Christian compassion and forgiveness, and we have to understand that arming ourselves with ideas and arming ourselves with education and, you know, disagreeing and civil obedience is not a bad thing, and we displayed that to wake up America.
Right.
And they can treat me as rough as they want. I'm pretty tough.
No, they're not going to treat you rough. Listen,
we have a bunker. They don't need to. Well, they threw Victoria by the hair through to the ground. There's no need for that here.
And then they shot up
well, listen, you guys. Sean, I know you're a big guy, and let me tell you, I don't think they want to knock you down because I don't think they want to pick you up. So don't even, just fly. And
they want to put their strength and their power over us.